Hello everyone, welcome to Sridhar's newsletter number 42. Appreciate you being here so we can connect weekly on interesting topics. You guys can feel free to subscribe to our show, or you can on the site you can register your email ID so you can directly get the post of the podcast into your email box. And do subscribe over Apple or Spotify podcast. Show name is Minimalist Techie on both of them. Or hear it over the email which you receive through your subscription, or you can simply click the play button and listen to this on my website, which is sridhargaripati.substack.com. So this weekly newsletter is about the article, books, videos which I read or watch, and my views on different topics which revolves around my head during the week. So I think we'll just sticking into one topic. So I want to keep it short from going forward from this episode onwards. So let's talk about the very today's topic is increased screen time for adults causes declines in the physical and psychological health and the sleep patterns. Yeah, so this is like too technical topic for me. So I'm not a mental health specialist or a doctor. So just wanna be. This is something which every one of us face at home, and excessive screen time resulting from dependency on the digital devices like smartphones and computers has a detrimental impact on both physical and mental health. It can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and the sleep problems, and poses risk for obesity and the cardiovascular diseases. Psychological effects include symptoms of depression and suicidal tendencies, often associated with poor sleep quality due to excessive screen time. Moreover, it can disrupt your sleep rhythms and the brain chemistry and impede mental development, particularly in children. See, high screen time addiction has a greater effect on brain development in children and the negative outcomes for both adults and children. I'm just publishing an article, and so this is done by a research institute, National Library of Medicine, National Center for Biotechnology Information has published this article long back, but this is something I read. This topic was sitting in my draft, and I just wanted to discuss this topic with the group because this is something many of us face, but many people are not ready to discuss. That we are having this issue on for themselves, or we are having this issue with your partner, you are having this issue with your friend, you are having this issue with your colleague, or you are having issue with yourself, right? So, but not many are actually ready to talk about it. They simply neglect this, especially in adults. So I want like you can read a full article here from National Library of Medicine. So that has a complete article and the abstract posted there, conclusion, steps, and all that. You can go through on your own in order to get a real technical expertise. So the review article actually studied the relationship between the screen time and the digital device usage, precisely during the night times, the quality of sleep, anxiety issues, feelings of depressions, and issue related to self-esteem, as well as physical effects in individuals. Results also shows that from that article that exposure to mobile phones has a very high impact on viability and the motility of the sperm man actually. So right, so if you look into like a that particular article at a high level, and they have recommended something based upon by age count of by age by screen time what is recommended levels, right? So anywhere someone is max like if you don't have any screen time much better. For kids less than 2 years old, they definitely restrict not to have any screen time less than 1 hour, right? They always limit overall screen time till 1 year. If you go to any pediatric for your son or daughter, this is always recommended in their very first 2 years of checkups that limit the screen time, right? They are like tons of you are they're asking to read the books, handouts, paper, textbooks, hard books, right? But they never allow to have a kid to work on a play on a laptop, watch TV, play on their mobile phone. No, right? That is not a recommendation from them. Kids is something which everyone is so particular, but for babies, they're very particular. But once, don't know why, once we process that certain age, there is no proper recommendation, there is no guideline from anyone else. People just keep on suffering with the issues, and it's part of their day-to-day behavior as well. Yeah. At high level, like 0 hours screen time, 1 hour, 2 hours of screen time, or 2 to 4 hours, right? So max for anyone is recommended is like a maximum, which is 4 hours. The screen time maximum of 4 hours is an extreme recommendation actually. So anything beyond four is addiction. Just look around your family member, friends, or colleagues whose usage of screen time is more than 4 hours. You can clearly see their behavior getting changed. See, I'm not I'm not a mental health doctor, but when someone you love or care for are getting into high screen time, you can clearly see the impact on your relationship. Excessive screen time, especially when it involves like activities like prolonged smartphone or a computer use, or social media scrolling, Facebook, media content, or watching videos, can have several negative impacts on the person's physical and the mental well-being. Some of these negative effects include physical health issues. This will cause more sedentary lifestyle because spending long hours in front of screen often leads to a sedentary lifestyle, which is associated with various health problems including obesity. This impacts your physical well-being. This is what people sitting so long working on a computer, playing games on the computer, or playing games on their mobile phone, sitting on a couch and scrolling to the social media hours and hours, right? Watching on their tablet and number of watching television also, right? So this is a issue. This issue was there since long. This has this is what like couch potato people will call some people who are always sticking and sitting in their couch for longer number of hours, right? So this seriously impact the lifestyle. This used to have very less impact when people used to only do television in 90s, 80s, and all that, right? But now 2000s have completely changed. After 2005, we have like a very high usage of mobile phone usage, and tablets came into the world. Compute laptops are much more powerful. So this is causing a serious, actually various type of health problems, including obesity for one. Sleep disturbances. See, the blue light emitted by the screens can interfere with sleep patterns, leading to sleep disturbances and insomnia. Okay, this time I'm recording my episode and my son is playing in the same room, so sorry for any noise around. At least I'm trying to be as much quiet using a noise cancellation headset. Let me see how this recording goes. So this is what happens when you have a 3 to 5 year toddler at home. Okay. Eye strain. Prolonged screen use can cause digital eye strain, characterized by symptoms like dry eyes, headaches, and blurred vision. Yeah. Mental health issues is also impacted, not just physically, mentally. Physically, we just talked about high level bullet points, sedentary lifestyle causing your obesity, sleep disturbances impacting your sleep, eye strain, impacting dryness in your eyes, your vision, blood vision, headaches, right? Multiple stuff. Physically, you're getting impacted. This also causes mental health issues, some like anxiety and depression. Excessive screen time, especially on social media, can contribute to feeling of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. This is what it leads to. There are many who simply neglect their amount of usage of screen time, but basically this contribute to the feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Reduced attention span. Constant exposure to screen can lead to a shorter attention span, and difficulty concentrating on task. You can see the same thing happening to your colleagues, the same thing happening to your partner or to yourself, where you can clearly see this much high level of exposure to the screen. You'll get into a shorter amount of attention span and very difficulty on concentrating on the task. I'll just say simply, even at work as well, I see a lot like no one reads business requirement documents, functional design documents, and all that anymore. People are used to a simple Twitter reading only, right? People are used to Instagram quotations, right? No one is paying high attention to read documents. Even like basic functional design documents, forget about product documentation. That's almost out of the window nowadays. But yeah, this is a serious issue impacting work life actually, also at the same time. Increased stress, frequent notifications, news, social media updates can contribute to increased stress levels. The shift stress levels are also getting increased actually because of this. So you see how much mental health issues this is reflecting, anxiety and depression. Your attention level is getting reduced, attention span is getting reduced, increased stress. Impact on relationships. Decreased social interaction. Excessive screen time can lead to a reduced face-to-face social interactions, which may negatively affect relationship with family and friends. Conflict. In some cases, a dispute can rise in relationships due to one person's excessive screen time, which may lead a feelings of neglect for other partner. Hmm? It impacts the relationship, not just with your partner, it impacts individual, which means like not just your family relationships, but your work relationships will also will get impacted because of this. Productivity and academic performance. Decreased productivity. See, excessive screen use, especially for non-productive activities, can reduce overall productivity in work or academics. Yeah, because you're spending, if you, one is actually sitting and spending long hours, supposed to finish some task in 1 hour, where but you end up scrolling to your Instagram for 1 hour, you are going to delay not just your current task, your upcoming task also getting delayed, right? So this impacts your productivity as well. So it lowers your academic performance. Students who spend more time on screens may experience lower academic performance due to reduced study time and concentration. That's your impact. And physical health risks are also there. Digital addiction, like some individuals develop a dependency on screens, leading to digital addiction, which can have severe consequences on their daily life and responsibilities. Impact on children and adolescents, developmental issues, excessive screen time during childhood and adolescence can interfere with healthy development, including cognitive and the social development. So excessive screen time can indeed have a various impact on person's well-being. That's what we have gone through right now, and including their ability to focus on other tasks and engage in a meaningful conversations. So here are some steps you can consider. Open communication. So try to have an open communication and a non-confrontal conversation with the person you care about your concerns. Express how his or her screen time is actually affecting your relationships and it worries and your worries about its impact on his or her daily life. So set boundaries. Discuss setting some boundaries on screen time. You can mutually agree on specific times of the day when screen use should be limited, such as during meals or the quality time together. Explore some interests, like encourage him or her to explore other interests or hobbies that don't involve screens. Suggest activities you both can enjoy together, like going for a walk or cooking or playing board games. Supportive environment. Create an environment that encourages non-screen related activities For example, designate a screen-free zones in your home, such as dining area or bedroom. Professional help. If his or her excessive screen time is significantly affecting her daily life, emotions, or relationships, consider seeking professional help. A therapist or a counselor can provide guidance and strategies to address underlying issues. And lead by example. Sometimes leading by example can be effective. Show him or her that you are willing to reduce your own screen time and engage in the activities together. Right? This is something which is recommended, which is not in every parenting basic rule, right? Very first principles of the parenting. Lead by example. Before you say to your kid, stop watching phone, stop watching television, right? You have to lead by example by not using them at the same time. So remember to approach the situation with empathy and understanding. It is very essential to work together to find a balanced and a healthy approach to the screen time that works for both of you. This is very important because if you do not discussing this, if you're not approaching the situation with an understanding, it will simply say that no, this doesn't impact my day-to-day life. This doesn't impact me at all. You're talking too ridiculous. But the reason why you and her or you and him we are having this conversation is because you are actually seeing that your relationship is getting impacted. Yeah, so it is very essential that you both work together to find a balanced and a healthy approach for screen time. So it's important to note that the impact of screen time can vary from a person to person and depends on factors such as type of content consumed and the individual susceptibility to addiction. This is also very important. The type of the content can actually make a person physical, mental behaviors also being different. So that's why it's very important. The amount of risk factors will be increased if you are watching such an abusive or you are watching such an political issues, religious beliefs too hardcore, right? Which are actually end up changing your own mindset, right? Moderation and balance are key to mitigating these negative effects. So encouraging screen-free activities, setting limits, and promoting a healthy lifestyle can help reduce this risk. If someone is struggling with excessive screen time and its negative consequences, seeking support from a healthcare professional or a therapist is actually advisable. Yeah. So it's better talk to yourself, but it's something impacting which if you're no one else to be there, you're finding yourself also in situation, seek out for a healthcare professional or a therapist is which is mostly going to be a great help for you. Yeah, that is all for this week. I wanna go to like small topics in going forward. So I wanna come back to my multi-topic threads after a couple of weeks because I have not been posting much nowadays. But I decided this to be keep on continuing so that I can. This also helps me as well because when I research on certain topic, this also helps me while researching. I also learn many things on the go. At the same time, when I do recording for these, this also helps for the other audiences who are actually reading the post or listening to the podcast. That is all for this week. See you again. So do let me know in comments or you can reply me or email to share what is your view on the post. So share, like, subscribe, whatever these days it says. Stay connected, share ideas, and spread happiness. Thank you.